It was a few days ago now that I watched this video. Movie notes on The Illusionist, 2006 film, 11 September 2024 viewing. I'm filming this Monday, 16 September 2024. I'm Tanis Coralee Leonhardi, she, her, hers of Seattle. And my description for this viewing was, it's a fiction film about a boy and a girl who fall in love at a young age. Then the girl is taken away and becomes the romantic interest of a prince, only to be pursued by the boy later in life, at which point he is a renowned illusionist. And so my writing exercise for this is, I wrote these notes for my viewing. Can I read them now without changing their meaning? Assess at the end. So essentially I wrote some stuff down I was watching, and I'm not allowed to, so like if I've had new thoughts and stuff since I've wrote this down, I'm not allowed to add that in. It needs to stay true to when I wrote them. Okay, so this is 5 days later. Yes. Self-consistency is a good thing, and knowing what I was thinking back then. So here we go. General movie notes were, so it's a love story, but it's like they fall in love, get split apart, and then he has to go get the girl from another guy kind of thing. And yeah, and it's not set in modern day times. I don't know when in time this would be. A while ago, 100 plus years ago, maybe. Okay. Over 100 years, maybe like 200 years ago, something like that. Okay, and instead of magic, it's illusion. Okay. So here are the notes. Coach David Beckham, me as analyst for him. Does David Beckham become my coach? And so that's like me in running, with me as an analyst for him, and he can kind of have me do an analysis on anything. If he's my employer, it's take the assignments as they come. Right. Work for him and or Josh, video footage and movie analysis, in-person spectation. So yes, moving in with Josh. So be it I get signed with Josh, I get signed with David Beckham right away. Is it David Leonhardi, or is it Beckham Leonhardi, or what? So yeah, essentially thinking of it as, if I get work with Josh and or Beckham, then maybe thinking of like, okay, I'm there, my stuff's moved in, now what do we do every day? Do you like, can we come up with a like hunkered down? Sure, video footage and movie analysis. So like sports movies, including a bunch of people put out documentaries on themselves, or documentaries on them, watching stuff like that. Watching like video footage, like race footage or practice footage or training footage or whatever, doing analysis on that, and then also putting an emphasis on in-person spectation as we're going through all this stuff and seeing different perspectives. Right, a lot of that stuff is put out there or reviewed for competition, so go and actually spectate in person. Yeah. Okay. Next one, Pale Yellow House acquisition. So I was talking about Josh and I getting the Pale Yellow House for my parents, or a pale yellow house. It's currently a pale yellow house. What ends up happening is it's a spontaneous buy by my Dominique Sabosly. Dominique goes, I'm sorry you guys, I couldn't wait. And he goes and he buys it, and he like shows up and he's like, you guys, pale yellow house has been bought. Don't close out the opportunity for something like that happening as well. All right, like it can be Josh and my intent and goal. However, the dream is for us to get it to the parents. Me and my soulmate and or soulmate. So the rogue purchase option, I guess. All right. Videos for competitions. Moose says is moving in with my Josh. Do we forget to take videos of the races themselves if casually spectating? Mostly videos of us, the venue, other people, etc. Yeah, so if we're reviewing race footage and we're questioning things, we're like, well, maybe we put an emphasis on, do we have footage of the venue, right? Especially if we're thinking about like we're competing or we want to come back and spectate, right? Other people, do we see people we want to meet? Like, am I on the floor at the World Cup or the World Championships and I see Ariana Titmus and I'm like, you know, give that girl a hug. if I can. Can I? So, like, if I can, take that opportunity, you know, to see if I can get close enough to be like, we're in the same video. Oh my gosh, you know, coming. So, and then videos of us, like, what the heck are we doing? So we might even forget about taking photos or videos of the races, and a bunch of people do that anyway. So I'm kind of like, well, let's make it more unique, right, to us. That's not, yeah. So it's a way of saying maybe we go to competitions, but there's not as much footage of the races, or there might not be any, right? To get feelers out, right? For our own careers. I guess that would be is that a competition focus? Is that a training focus? I didn't. Yes, it is. Now I'm thinking of the playlist this needs to go in. I did at the time, and then I forgot. So I am staying true to this, actually. Just, yes. It's more, yeah, okay. Perhaps a silver, so, okay, we go to a place. Perhaps a silver lining of misinformation is that we know who to avoid in person. Misinformation with them published in it is synonymous with not wanting to meet me / us anyway. So completely amicable split / avoidance. Except for Amber Heard. I like her, but was that misinformation? I am uncertain. Yeah, so essentially, like, if there's been any sort of personal life misinformation, just avoid the people. Or if there's, like, lookalikes or something, just avoid the people. And they made it clear they didn't want to interact with us, so don't waste our time on them. Okay, and then last note, divorce scenario for my sister. She ends up as, so like if my sister were to get divorced, she ends up as head in-store honcho for the flagship REI location in downtown Seattle. In her spare time, she gardens at the Wedgwood house out front and out back. Okay, rotting exercise assessment. I did good. I stayed true to them. Yes, it's a kind of a funny thing to come back to, because, right, this is a, what, was it over 2-hour movie? No, it's over an hour and 40 minutes, hour 49 minutes. So, you know, there's a lot of thought. I write down, like, kind of like just short snippets sometimes. So I'm like, I can't remember what I was thinking too. That's pretty cool. So there we go. And I'm Tanis Coralee Leonhardi, she, her, hers of Seattle. And thank you for joining me for these movie notes on the Illusionist 2006 film, 11 September 2024 viewing.